If you are in midlife and feeling lonely in a way that is hard to explain, nothing dramatic, not desperate, just the heavy feeling where conversations feel shallow, where old interests don't fit anymore, and you feel like a different person standing alone, there's nothing wrong with you. Many of us go through this. In this video, I want to gently talk about why midlife loneliness happens and how Bhakti, the spiritual practice of devotion to Bhagwan or God, can help us find steadiness and companionship. I'm not trying to fix you. I share this as someone walking the Bhakti path while dealing with emotional heaviness myself, like many of us in midlife. So, what exactly happens in this midlife loneliness? We feel bored and restless at the same time. Like things don't make sense. So, we just don't feel like doing anything, It's just don't feel like doing anything. And then we get bored. And now that we're bored and we want to do anything, but we don't know what to do. So we become restless because of it. So we're bored and restless. This is a weird conundrum. This is one thing that could be happening. Conversations with others feel very shallow. It's not like the other person is shallow. It's just that probably something inside us has changed and we just don't enjoy the same conversation which we enjoyed earlier with the same person. Our meaning in life has changed. Our priorities in life have changed. And probably we don't understand this and we're trying to stick to the old self of ours because that's where the comfort is. But probably that's the reason why these things are like um, uh, trying to talk to people now is difficult. They're not shallow. The conversations feel shallow because we have changed. With all this, you get frustrated and you want so frustrated, the only thing that comes out is tears. There's nothing that you can say to yourself or rationalize with yourself that explains, because whatever explanation also we give ourselves feels shallow. Tears is all we get, of frustration, of helplessness. We may have guilt or regret from the past. We try to stick to a line like we should live a life without regrets, but hell no, we do have regrets, we do feel guilty. That's it. Later on, once we have understood the situation and moved on with clarity, maybe at that time you could say that yeah, we should not have guilt in life or regret in life. But right now in this phase where you may feel like the current situation that you are in because of certain things you did in the past, certain decisions you took, and now your life is like this, so you do have a feeling of regret about it. We don't understand it today, hence we feel the regret. Okay, later on what will happen we'll see, but right now there is a feeling of regret and guilt. Your circumstances and experiences may have changed you. You're not the same person anymore. You don't as much like the things that you did earlier, like the books you read, the films you watched, the kind of places you visited, the kind of food you liked. Everything must have changed. You are just a new person and you feel alone. You did not intend to be this person, but circumstances have made you this new person and you don't know what to do now. You may not try to fit in anymore or even try to adapt. And frankly, you're actually happy the way you are. You're actually at peace living your life this way where you're not trying to fit in or adapt. You're happy, but you're alone. So you're at peace, but strangely, there is peace, but there is loneliness. And that loneliness is unpleasant. We just don't know. We don't have the answers. That's why. The uncertainty of the future makes you feel scared and anxious. You feel like you have no control. But more importantly, you don't know what to do. I don't have control, but then what should I do? You don't know that either. And because you don't know what to do, hence you don't know how to change the situation. I can go on with the list. These are some of the feelings that we have when we feel lonely, alone in our midlife. So, why do you think one could be feeling lonely in midlife? One may say because of circumstances. Okay, and why do you think circumstances are like this? Because of the decisions they took. Okay, and why do you think they took such decisions? Because of whatever best knowledge was available to them at that time from the wise sources. Wise sources? Yeah, people, media, I don't know what else to say, so I'll say etc. So one took the one, so we listen to others and we take the decision based on our understanding. We listen to others who we think are wise. So we have taken the decision based on the wise options available to us. Is that a wrong thing to do? Absolutely not. So we took the decisions. We heard everyone. We took our decisions. Those decisions have led to these circumstances, and here we are. Is there anything wrong in this? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's what I'm saying. There is nothing wrong in this situation, but here we are. What about that? The feeling of loneliness. If you have done everything right, why am I feeling lonely then? One may argue, one may say. That's what we are trying to find out. The thing is, there is nothing wrong that we have done. It's just the nature of life. Like the nature of fire is to give heat, the nature of wind is to keep moving, nature of life is to give us troubles. Sorry for the jokes. It's the nature of life, things are cyclic in nature. So good, bad goes on. At this phase of our life, most of us are in this situation. We don't know. We just don't know the reason. It's ignorance why we are feeling lonely. We have everything. Most of us are in a very good place in our lives, but that feeling, that empty feeling is there. All I can say is that probably we don't understand life. Like for example, um, if you don't understand, if you watch a movie and we did not understand the movie, someone else understood it, so they are at peace. If someone else did not understand it, they'll be confused, like, what's going on? So life is like a movie. People who understand it are at peace. People who don't understand it are like, what's going on? But there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that we don't have the right knowledge. So we feel lonely because of ignorance, meaning we don't have the right knowledge. Okay. Let's try to understand this loneliness problem from the Bhakti perspective, and let's see if we can find some peace. In the realm of Bhakti, the main entity is Bhagwan, God. Our situation today of feeling lonely, which is unpleasant. So this our unpleasant situation today could be only because of two things. And mind you, this is from Bhakti perspective. Our situation today could be because of two things. One, our own karma, or two, Bhagwan's will. Let's try to understand both. So if it's our own karma, meaning we are in an unpleasant phase, let's call it dukkha. What is the English for dukkha? It's sadness. Let's just say unpleasant. So we are in unpleasant phase, or rather we are experiencing unpleasantness. So this thing that we are having today is because of some past karma of ours, correct? We're just applying logic here. Okay, we did some karma in the past which is bearing its fruit. So good karma gives us good fruit, and bad karma gives us bad fruit, unpleasant fruit, pleasant and unpleasant fruit. So if this is unpleasant time in our life, it's because of our own karma in the past. That is one. But here's the thing: the way we did not ask for unpleasant things, but unpleasant thing comes to us, similarly the pleasant things also come to us. This pleasant and unpleasant is cyclical in nature. So be rest assured, this will pass and the pleasant will arrive. So you may be feeling that when it will, it's just the law. It's just the law of things. Ask anyone who's in their late 50s, 60s. They will only tell you one thing: this phase passes. So we are trying to understand a situation. As I said, I'm not here to fix anyone. I don't have any answers. I'm just trying to make sense of things. And Bhakti has really helped me find peace. I'm just sharing what I know. I'm sorry if this sounds preachy, okay, in any way. That's not my intention. I'm just sharing what has resonated with me and has helped me find some peace. So the unpleasant situation where we are in today is because of our own karma, and karma is cyclical in nature, so this will go and the pleasant times will arrive. When the pleasant times will arrive, we will have in that situation we may have answers to why this whole unpleasant situation was there in our life, or we may not have, but those are pleasant times, so we won't be bothered about it anyway. Once the unpleasant times has passed and we are in the pleasant times, do we really want to make sense of what was going wrong, what had gone wrong? Even if we try to make sense, once life moves ahead and new things come up in our life, these things just go away. So this is one knowledge from Bhakti perspective. It's karma bearing its fruit, and this will go away. The second is, it's Bhagwan's will. What can we do? Now here is the thing. Bhagwan is the only entity who loves us the most. I assume since you're still watching, so you believe in Bhakti. So if you believe in Bhakti, believe in Bhagwan. And then Bhagwan is someone who really loves you. In fact, he's the only one who loves you. So if someone who loves you the most, will they give you anything unpleasant? Well, here it is. So why do you think this is a situation? A good teacher punishes their student, meaning unpleasant times for the situation for the student. But in the larger scheme of things, is that really unpleasant? Well, the experience is unpleasant, but it is good for them. A parent does the same to their children. They're being unpleasant, but is it really unpleasant for the student, for the child? No, it's for their good. Similarly, a doctor gives medicine to the patient, and the medicine could be unpleasant, but it is good for the patient, right? So the situation is unpleasant. We can learn something from it and move on with strength in our life. But we need to change the perspective. We cannot be victim. We have to just accept the situation and go through it, and we'll come out really strong on the other side. Surrender to Bhagwan. That's the practice. But hang on, before I come to the practice. So as I earlier said, ignorance is the cause for our unpleasantness. So the solution for ignorance is knowledge. So the knowledge is this: it's karma or Bhagwan's will, and both are good. In the short term, right now, they don't appear like that, but in the long term, they will. Now here is the thing. Okay, all this theory, it sounds very good, but I need some answers. The answer is this. I don't have an answer. Sorry. I apologize. As I said, I'm just sharing what has brought me some peace. So what has brought me peace is the practice of surrender. I love Bhagwan, and he does only good for me, and I give it to him. Bhagwan, please take care of me. I surrender to you. I've surrendered to Bhagwan. Now, surrender meaning I don't have my ego. I don't have my will. His will is my will. So if he wants me to be like this, he, she, it, I go through it. That's one. And the second is, it's my own karma bearing its fruit, and I take it. Now, we may disagree, and hey, this doesn't work. Well, this doesn't work. We can come back and fight with the situation. Some of us have fought enough. They're tired, and they may probably want to just say, whatever, just go on. And some of us who still have the energy to fight, we can definitely fight. Let's continue fighting. As I said, whatever floats our boat. Not here to fix. Not here to fix. The problem is the surrender cannot happen on its own. Frankly, we need grace for that. So one good thing that we can do is listen to satsangs. Listening to satsang is a great practice. Now here is the problem. Even having interest in satsang is a matter of grace. So if you don't have interest in satsang, all I'll say is that pray. I'll come back to that. Just hold on to that thought. If satsang is not there, we have to pray. But before that, what happens when we listen to satsang? When we listen to satsangs, we tend to start understanding Bhagwan. We also end up feeling a connection with Bhagwan. Once we start feeling connection with Bhagwan, we automatically start doing the spiritual practices like japa, puja, prayer, part, chant, which is like recitation, scriptural recitation, so many other things. So we're listening to satsang, you are feeling a connection with Bhagwan, you start doing spiritual practices, the connection deepens, and the Bhagwan becomes real in our life. Now, here is the thing, you're never alone after that. You start enjoying your own company. When you say your own company, meaning you are alone with yourself, but you are in the company of Bhagwan through scriptures, through satsang, through music, through other devotees, spiritual people. Now, when you're connected to other people, remember you're connected to them, you're not attached to them. There's a difference between attached and connected, right? You love everyone, enjoy the thing, but you're never attached to anyone. You're only attached to Bhagwan. So technically, you're never alone after that. This is how Bhakti provides you that companionship and steadiness. Okay, so satsang is a great practice. Through satsang, you will ultimately get surrender. But if you don't have satsang, then pray. A sincere prayer. Just sit to Bhagwan and say, Bhagwan, please help me have interest in satsang. And I hope you find a great teacher whose talks resonate with you. So you may have satsang, but probably the teacher's talks are not resonating with you. In that case as well, pray. Sincere prayer, you talk to Bhagwan, Bhagwan answers. Sincerity is all it needs. We are all in this together. We are not broken, so there's nothing to fix. Jai Siya Ram.